Hi guys, Forgotten Wolf here, and this is the finale to the Mario Sluggers Season 12 regular season. We'll be going through weeks 5 and 6 and Rivalry Week before revealing the playoff matchups. Before we begin, please like, share, and subscribe, and let's get into it. In week 5, the first matchup was the battle of the two underperforming teams, the Peach Monarchs and the Diddy Monkeys. This game would be a slow defensive grind focused on really defense, as Peach's Ice Garden would be the stadium of choice for the Monarchs, and it's a huge stage, which ironically would hurt the Monarchs as they were unable to score home runs, leading to a 2-1 win for the Diddy Monkeys, saving their season. And the other Week 5 game would be the Bowser Jr. Rookies against the Bowser Monsters, with both teams sitting at 1 and 2 and needing a win. At Bowser Jr.'s playrooms, the Rookies would get very unlucky, giving roughly 11 runs up in 2 innings and shitting themselves offensively, leading to a Monsters win, 12-6, which seriously hurt the Rookies' chances at making the playoffs and leaving them particularly screwed. After Week 5, the standings would be as follows: the Yoshi Eggs were the lone team and won at 3-1. The Diddy Monkeys sat at 2-2, while they had a whole tiebreaker over the 3-seeded Bowser Monsters, also at 2-2. And at 4, it would be a 3-way tie for last place between the Rookies, Monarchs, and Knights at 1 and 3. In Week 6, all 6 teams would play this week as the weeks of the bye weeks were over. The first game would be the biggest ass-kicking in league history between the Knights and the Eggs. The Eggs won 17-1 with Hammerbo hitting one more home run, and funnily enough, 4 players in a row for the Eggs hit home runs that went off the wall, meaning it didn't count. Hammerbro, Yellow Magic Koopa, Daisy, and King K. Rool, which would have been really, really funny. But yeah, the Eggs shattered a record, being biggest blowout in MSL history, funnily enough. But the Hammerbro run meant that Hammerbro was at 7 runs, just 2 runs off from tying the league record for season most runs in a season, being 9 runs. And with this win, the Yoshi Eggs clinched the 1 seed and a playoff berth. Congrats to the Yoshi Eggs. While the Knights, they have been eliminated. Fuck you, Knights! You're done! Get the fuck out! The next game would be the Peach Monarchs versus the Bowser Jr. Rookies, a crucial game in the playoff race. Now, the Rookies used to be the Spitballs, and GM J Mc14's best stadium in the game is Wario City, the stadium that the Monarchs elected to play at, seeing as, well, they had both Wario and Waluigi were on LB Swimmer's team. This was a ballsy, massive gamble with their season on the line. However, this gamble would work for the Monarchs as they won 9-6, otherwise 6-9, if you know that joke. The Monarchs advanced to 2 and 3, once again saving their season arguably, while the Rookies fell to 1 and 3. Well, not 1 and 3. They fell to really 1. No, they fell to 1 and 3, needing a miracle to make the playoffs. And the final game of Week 6 will be the World Series rematch between the Diddy Monkeys and the Bowser Monsters. The Monkeys would look to carry their momentum from their huge win over the Monarchs, and while also looking to get revenge for Season 11's World Series, which they did, as the Monkeys won 5-2, carrying their momentum. Now, these were the standings entering Rivalry Week and after Week 6. The Yoshi Eggs had clinched the 1 seed and a playoff berth at 4-1. The Monkeys were at 2 with a record of 3-2, while at number 3, it was the Bowser Monsters at 3-2, and at 4, it was a tie between the Bowser Jr. Rookies and the Peach Monarchs, with the Knights eliminated. There was the potential for a play-in tournament to happen. For this to happen, the Monkeys needed to lose to the Eggs, the Rookies needed to win against the Monsters, and the Monarchs needed to take care of business against the Knights, something that seemed likely to happen. Now, this brings us into Rivalry Week. I don't know why I'm pronouncing that wrong. Where all games are on a neutral ground at home and not at home for either team. The games are usually at Mario Stadium, but I'll mention for the one game it wasn't. For the first game, Luigi Knights versus the Peach Monarchs, the stadium was Mario Stadium. Last season in Rivalry Week, these two teams shared an iconic game. This season, it wouldn't disappoint as the game was a back-and-forth duel, really close until the end, but thanks to Wario, the Peach Monarchs pulled out the victory 10-9 in what could very possibly have been Luigi's final game for the Knights with trade rumors rampant. This means the next game was the Diddy Monkeys versus the Yoshi Eggs at Wario City, since the Eggs had Mario and Wario City was a neutral ground. The Eggs had several records to play for, including most runs scored in a season, most runs by a single player in one season, and this added a layer of pressure which saw the Eggs look really nervous and crack under pressure for the first time since the playoffs last season, if you remember. The Monkeys would capitalize on the Eggs' mistakes and play a complete game, and despite an attempted comeback of King K. Rool of all people, the Monarchs pulled off a major upset, winning 4-2. This meant that the play-in was no longer on the table, but the Monkeys have secured a playoff berth. Congrats to the Diddy Monkeys. This meant that the fates of the Monsters, Monarchs, and Rookies all rested on the final game of the regular season of Season 12 between the Bowser Monsters and the Bowser Jr. Rookies at Mario Stadium. If the Rookies win it, it would be a three-way tiebreaker where it would basically go to points, since there wasn't a way where 2 out of 3 teams had tiebreaker against another, in which case the Rookies would advance and the Monsters. But if the Monsters scored 4 points, they would clinch, as it would go to a third potential tiebreaker over the Monarchs, which the Monsters were guaranteed to hold. And this brings us to the game finally, where for a while it looked like the Rookies were going to win, as they were locked in with a 6-4 lead initially, while also the Monsters had clinched. But Yellow Pianta and Bowser had something to say about this. Together, along with the help from Green Critter, the Monsters clawed back 3 runs to win 7-6. This means that the Bowser Monsters and the Peach Monarchs have clinched a playoff berth. Congrats to the Monarchs and the Monsters. But this did mean that the Bowser Jr. Rookies were eliminated from playoff contention. Boo! And yeah, this left So what were the final standings for Season 12's regular season? The Yoshi Eggs were leading the pack at 4-2, holding tiebreaker and the 1 seed over the Diddy Monkeys, also at 4-2. The Bowser Monsters still maintained the 3 seed at 3-3, despite a rocky couple of weeks, as many people called the Monsters frauds, while the Monarchs sat at number 4, also at 3-3. The Rookies finished the season 2-4. Overall, very disappointing for them, but it's clear that they're definitely going to have to address pitching in the offseason, and the Knights came at last at 1-5. So what does this mean for the playoffs? So the playoff matchups are as follows. The 1 seed, Yoshi Eggs, and the Forgotten Wolf will play the 4 seed, Peach Monarchs and LB Swimmer. And the 2 seed, Diddy Monkeys and YouTuber Crow will play the 3 seed, Bowser Monsters and Monkey Man. And next time I'll go over the playoffs and All-Star Week, and I'll finish the Season 12 with the World Series. But until then, bye!